Hey, this is Shiraz, and before we get started, I just want to let you know that when I clear something for someone, when I cause a shift, I tend to yawn and cough from the energetic shift that happens. I don't know why it happens. It's just how my body works. And if you don't know that, you're going to listen to this video and go, what the hell is wrong with this guy? You might still think that, but now there's more of an explanation. The other thing to keep in mind is that if you hear something that you can absolutely relate to, when I cleared for them, you can get it cleared for you too. Just say yes when they're saying yes, and it works. I have people that watch these videos every morning to get stuff cleared. This can be your new morning habit too. Okay, that's enough for that. Let's get on with the video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get a great shift out of it. See you soon.
Um, Hi, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm finding business-wise, I'm picking up quite a bit.
Good.
And as I'm picking up, I'm going into anxiety, feeling like I'm not gonna have enough time. I'm running like crazy. Yeah, it's kind of what I'm doing.
Okay. So, truth, the more business you have, the less time you have.
Yes,
Okay. Whose story is that?
mine.
Okay. So, are you willing to step out of the story that the more business you have, the less time you have? Ow, there is a lot of resistance.
Yeah, and I don't know why. Uh-oh. Uh, my grandmother
Yeah,
worked two jobs
yeah.
and kept herself busy so that she didn't have to bother with any of the family or have to worry about being around people. She just had to work and kind of do what she enjoyed.
Okay,
I think I bought her story.
okay. Well, that's interesting. So she worked so she didn't have to deal with people she didn't want to deal with.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So are you willing to step out of her story that the best way to not deal with people you don't want to deal with is to just be busy and work?
Whoa, that doesn't want to move.
Okay. So when you know that if you don't want to deal with people, you can just say, I don't want to hang out with you. And you don't need an excuse. You just know you're annoying to me or you're toxic to me. So no, then you don't need to create the busyness. You don't need to create a lack of time. You don't need to have the extra jobs. You just have your free time.
And
So
that just brought up fear because I'm like trying to have more income coming in.
okay. Well, there's no rule that says you can't work more, but you don't want to use working more as the excuse for not having to hang out with people you don't want to hang out with. It's two separate things.
Mhm.
Okay. So are you willing to step out of the story that working is the only excuse you have for not hanging out with people you don't want to hang out with?
Yes. What came up is time is money.
Okay, that's a common story out there. Are you willing to step out of that story that time is money?
No,
Okay.
and
So
I don't know why.
as long as you're in time is money, then you're thinking I have to get paid per hour I work rather than I can just get paid my value anytime I like. Right? Everyone that's in time is money is limited because your time is limited, therefore your money is limited.
I'm ready to step out of that story.
Okay. So are you willing to step out of the story that time is money?
Yes.
Remember, when you're out of that story, you can do things like have investments that are constantly generating money, have sources of passive income that are generating money, right? Have all sorts of ways for money to flow into your life without you actually taking any action.
My lottery winnings. Hey, I won $42
Okay,
and it cost me $5.
that's good. That's a
So
good
I like
increase.
making money like that.
Okay. What I'm saying is when you there's a certain amount of energy in that, but when you realize there are other vehicles where there's more of a guarantee that the money going in results in more money coming out rather than the money going in may possibly, if get the odds exactly right, result in money coming out, then you can generate more consistent money in your life.
I learned to always have your eggs in all different baskets. So I
Yep.
have money in investments, money in this, money in that, plus the lottery.
Good.
I have different streams.
Okay. All right. Do you have to limit the amount of money that shows up in your life?
No.
Okay, so that's not coming up true. What would happen if you stopped limiting the amount of money that shows up in your life?
Well, every time that I have money coming in, I get a phone call from my kid.
Okay.
She sniffs out money like crazy, and I don't want to give. I will give, but I don't want to give when I know it's being used for bullshit
Okay.
and lies.
Okay. So is it better not to have the money than to have to go through that conversation with your kid?
You haven't met my kid. She's a fucking nightmare.
Okay.
So
So
yeah, I guess
yeah,
that's right.
yeah. So that's the thing that triggered you to such a degree that you're like, well, no, screw it. I'm just not going to have the money, so I don't have to have that conversation over and over again with her. Right. But you also have the story that you're going to have that conversation over and over with her rather than, no, that's it. Stop asking. It's never going to happen. So are you willing to step out of the story that it's better not to have money than to have that conversation about giving away the money?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yes.
a little more solid. It's not quite there. It feels like that conversation really triggers you.
It does. It's she's strong in her story, and it's I've got to be strong in mine,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a push, and I don't want it's I don't want to have the push with her anymore.
Okay. But what's happening is you're doing this, you're push. No, you're not going to get it. Yes, give it to me. And it's going back. But when you're just solid in your stance in the story you're in, there's no actual push. It's just no. Right? It's not no, here's why not, and I'm going to fight with you. It's just a simple no. And that's the energy. Can I have some money? No. You just can't. No. Well, why not? You have so much. No. You're not, I'm not giving you money. No. And it doesn't have to be all this energetic bash, because if you're just solid in it, then it's over. So do you have to fight with her every time you have money?
No.
Okay, so that's not coming up true. So are you willing to step out of the story that every time you have money, you have to fight with her?
Yes.
Ooh.
And every time I have money, my mother makes me feel guilty about giving to my kids.
Okay. So are you willing to step out of the story? Okay. Well, actually, before we clear that, remember that your mom tries to put guilt on you. It's your decision whether you want to feel guilty or not. She can't control your emotions. Right? So when you're saying my mom makes me feel guilty, you're saying my mom has power over my life, and she doesn't. So are you willing to step out of the story that your mom is capable of making you feel whatever emotions she wants you to feel?
Well, it's kind of hard when she's handing me the money to do it.
It's still your choice. If she hands you the money and she wants to throw guilt on you, you can accept that guilt, or you can just say, yeah, mom, thanks for trying to throw the guilt on, but that's not going to happen.
But that I feel wrong
Why do you feel wrong?
because it's meant for my girls and I. Like she just handed me a bunch of money that
Yeah.
was, she put on the note, shit, some is for your girls.
Okay. Well, that could just be a technical thing. It's like, well, exactly how much is for the girls, mom? If this is this how much you want me to give them? I will give them that money because it's actually from you to them, not from me to them. But you're creating a complication that doesn't need to be there.
I guess because I feel complication with my mom.
Okay. So are you willing to step out of the story that your relationship with your mom is always complicated?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, that one was hitting a few people on the call. Okay, how's that feel? Better, worse, the same, or different?
I just feel calm,
Good.
which is a good place to feel.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a like. And if you had a shift of your own, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Also, check out the description for energetic magic events that you can attend every single month. Be well, be aware, and be magical.